What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have some very disgusting, disturbing news coming out of Activision. I know I'm not the first person to cover this. I'm actually probably one of the last people that you're going to hear cover it, mainly for the fact that I was just busy when this news came out, but I saw it immediately when it came out. You know, the Twitter group chat that I'm in, like, you know, it lit up. Everyone's talking about it. I saw Birdman make a video on it, blametruth, Thunder, like everyone big made a video on it at this point. But I figured I still want to talk about it. Yeah, I mean, I've been busy, so it's a little late, but better late than never. Also, real quick, want to apologize if you hear like birds in the background or planes in the background. I don't know why. It's extremely loud right now. Not the best time ever. Also, the gameplay you're watching is some gunfight, I think, or face-off, whatever, in Cold War. It's irrelevant. And the last thing, before I get into this disgusting news, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. So, with all that being said, let's talk about this lawsuit. So we all know that Activision is not, you know, known for being generous. We all know Activision has had some, you know, shady pasts, especially, you know, in the gaming industry and, you know, nickel and diming their players, whatever. But it just came out on July 20th that the entire state of California is filing a lawsuit against Activision Blizzard for pretty much having their workplace environment be sexist and discriminating against female employees on numerous occasions. This includes sexual harassment incidents at Blizzard. So this is kind of crazy, right? You hear about this kind of thing in like some big companies and you always think like, oh, I'm never gonna, you know, work there. I don't know anyone who works there. I don't know anything about these companies. And obviously, you know, it sucks, but like they're gonna do whatever it takes to get out of it, right? When it happens to Activision or a company that, you know, you and I are probably more so aware of than, you know, some random company in another country or something, you know, it hits more at home. It hits more like, oh man, like I can feel for these people because I know, you know, not what it's like, but I know what it would be like, you know. Apparently, you know, I'm reading off a Charlie Intel article here, but apparently Bloomberg law states that the Activision Blizzard offices had a frat boy workplace culture, pretty much where you'd have women, you know, doing whatever the men wanted. They would crawl under cubes in the office. The men would act inappropriately towards female employees. They would be drunk at work, which is crazy. When I first saw that, I was like, wait, like what? How do you drink at work? Who is like upper management there? And I'm thinking, wow, maybe upper management is the one starting all this, right? Because if you're like, you know, new to the company, you're like near the bottom of the food chain there, you wouldn't initially just start this, right? It has to be some higher ups, maybe not like the CEO or whatever, but it has to be some higher up managers. Apparently they would pass up, you know, female employees who are way more skilled, way more qualified for positions just because they were females, and men would get those roles instead. The suit alleges that female employees experienced numerous sexual harassment incidents working at Blizzard offices, which is obviously extremely unfair, extremely crazy that something like this in 2021 can happen, right? We're all about, you know, equal rights, equal employment opportunities, things like that. It's insane how how is this possible, right? Like how did nobody stop this? How did nobody whip out a phone and record this, like threaten or threaten to post it or go to a higher up? I guess if all the higher ups are you know, involved in this, then I guess there's no one to go to. But I mean, there's gotta be someone, right? You can go to HR or something. I don't know how this story got exposed. And also, I don't know 100% if this is true. Okay, I'm gonna say allegedly, like Thunder did. I don't want to get in trouble for spreading quote unquote fake news. You know, maybe in a week or something, like there's a story comes out and says like, oh, this was all made up by some women, or so, I don't know. You know, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, like, you know, we don't have every single info here. I'm just reading off this post and I'm choosing to believe it for now. But then again, you know, things could change in like a week, in a month, in a year. So far it's been not like fine, but it's been pretty messed up, right? You know, females getting passed up, females being subjected to whatever men want to do. It's very, you know, old school. It's very like 1940s, 1950s, where like the men would do everything in the household, or make the women do everything, or rather. Apparently, you know, some World of Warcraft workers at Blizzard had to work with male employees who would, you know, consistently hit on them, flirt with them during the workplace encounters. Males were supervisors for departments there, so obviously nothing was brought up. Apparently, a male employee at Blizzard gave his responsibilities to a female employee to give himself more time to play Call of Duty at work, which is nuts. Can you imagine, like, wanting to play more Call of Duty instead of working at this point? Like, don't you get frustrated playing your own game? Like, what? Like, I don't know. If I was able to work on Call of Duty or something, I'd probably want to make it better so I can enjoy myself. But hey, maybe he likes Modern Warfare. Maybe he likes Cold War. I don't know. Either way, jokes aside, that is extremely messed up, right? Just passing up your responsibilities to someone else, having them say they can't do anything about it, and you just get to play games all day. Like I said, so far it hasn't been, terrible. It's been like messed up. It hasn't been terrible. This next part, I gotta warn you guys, it's pretty messed up, all right? This is some of the most horrifying allegations in the lawsuit. So, brace yourself here, but all right, man, take a deep breath. Basically, the lawsuit states that a female employee ended up taking her own life on a company trip when she was with her male supervisor, mainly because she experienced extensive sexual harassment at the company. And get this, the lawsuit further alleges that male employees shared sexual explicit content during work parties, including explicit pictures amongst each other. So it is extremely frat boy up there. It's extremely just messed up. It's like a TV show. Like, basically, one guy might have, hooked up with her against her will, probably taken pictures and then spread them amongst his friends and managers, maybe. Like, can you imagine that? Like, in 2021, right? Like, as adults, that's some like teenage stuff in high school. Like, I know Birdman made the 13 Reasons Why joke. If you've seen that show, you probably know what he's talking about, and I know what he's talking about. It's messed up, Like, how does this get away with it? How do they get away with this? There's an entire lawsuit. I'm not going to read the entirety, obviously, because it's very lengthy, but if you want to, I'll leave a link to it in the description below, or at least the article in the description down below. Activision ended up responding. It's pretty just traditional. They just said, like, oh, we're confident in our ability to demonstrate our practices as equal opportunity employers. We want to foster a supportive, diverse, and inclusive workplace, and They value diversity. They don't tolerate sexual misconduct or harassment, blah blah blah. This is the usual jargon from companies. And again, I'm not here to say Activision is 100% guilty. I'm not saying these individuals are 100% guilty. Like, this is just one side of it. It's allegations. We have to hear from, we can't really make our entire judgment based on this. We do have to hear from, every single party involved. That's just my, I guess, devil's advocate. Like, you can't blame them, you can't sue them, you can't do whatever until, they're proven guilty. Because of the recent track record of Call of Duty titles, I think a lot of people are very willing to just jump on this and say, oh, this is why we don't have an anti-cheat. This is why 6v6 multiplayer has no content, because, they're off doing this. They're off not really doing stuff for the game and getting away with it. I'm not here to say that's entirely not true, but I'm also not here to just jump to that conclusion. I do think everybody, in this situation needs to be reprimanded. They definitely need to lose their job. They probably need to pay a fine, maybe some jail time, I'm just saying, it's extremely messed up, especially sexual harassment. So that kind of stuff, I would say jail time. Like, you need to be taught a lesson that, if you're a grown adult doing that stuff publicly, like willingly, without any consequence, without a fear of consequence, you need to have some kind of punishment more than like a fine or whatever. All right, it's like something mental at that point. Anyway, that's essentially it. It's really messed up. People are sick of it. Charlie and Tell really wanted to dissociate from Call of Duty for a little bit. They're not posting anymore, store bundles or whatever. Like, they're just not supporting it. I never bought one of those bundles anyway. I'm obviously not supporting it. I feel like a lot of people will end up forgetting about this, or not letting it bother them too much, but at the end of the day, it matters. Okay, just it matters. I feel bad for the women involved. I feel bad for anybody who's been sexually harassed just in general, and I hope that all this stuff can be kind of solved. But that's basically it for this video. Another video coming probably Wednesday or Thursday, and then maybe one more on like Sunday. For those of you who don't know, I'm going on vacation. I probably should have said it in the beginning of the video. So I will be not able to upload daily for the upcoming week, and so any breaking news or anything I'll have to cover when I get back, but I should be back Monday or Sunday, whatever. So hopefully you can enjoy a video next week, being August. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.